graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. Out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome on into another edition of Phillies Play-by-Play here on Play-by-Play with JJ. My name is Jason Joseph. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic Saturday evening so far. Hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well. The grind to 10K continues. Sorry, I stumbled on my words. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so on December 31st of 2025, we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. So please make sure that you hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. Not only do we go live for the Phillies games, but we also do Sixers basketball. We do Eagles football as well. And we do Sunday night baseball as well as Diamond Zone. And that's a lot of fun. So the Phillies are looking to try to take the series tonight out at Citizens Bank Park against the Atlanta Braves. They've won the first two games, and they're going to have to go up against Chris Sale tonight. Chris Sale is making his return to the Atlanta Braves tonight, and the Phillies are going to try to take him out of the game early and get some offense going. Sounds good in theory, but last night was one of those nights where we just figured out we just knew what was bound to happen. They put up a lot of runs the night before. Kyle Schwarber has a 4-homer game, a historical night for Kyle Schwarber, and an absolute awesome thing to watch. I mean, that was so cool. But last night, usually what ends up happening with this ball club is after they have a masterful performance from an offensive perspective, they come out the next day and the bats are just cold. And last night the bats were cold, but they were able to get the win. So tonight, you're probably not going to be able to squeeze by like that when you're going up against a guy in Chris Sale. Now, I know that he's making his return from the IL, but it's still Chris Sale that we're talking about. Chris Sale has had just a tremendous career. He's really had a good season, too, right before he ended up getting injured. So the Phillies are really just going to have to try to take advantage of him early on. If he's throwing mistakes out over the middle of the plate, you're going to have to try to capitalize on those mistakes. I want to see long at-bats early on, and I want to see this team just fight off pitches and put up good at-bats. If he's not throwing good stuff, you're going to have to take those pitches. If he's throwing you good stuff, then just make him work. Make him battle. The one thing that the Phillies didn't really do in the first inning of last night's game, which set them off on the wrong foot, was they only saw 7 pitches. 7 pitches in the first inning. Ranger Suarez had to throw 27 pitches in the first inning, and so the Braves already had the upper hand because of that. So, yes, get the offense going early. Make sure that Christopher Sanchez is calm, cool, collective out there on the mound. If he can go 6-7 innings and give up just 1 earned run, I think that is what you call a win in my book. And then the bullpen takes it from there. The Phillies bullpen last night was really, really strong. David Robertson looked really good out there. When Strom and Orion got into jams, they got out of them. And then Duran came on in for the 9th inning, and he was his self out there. And that was great to see. He needed that. He was not pitching well in his last 3 outings, or in 2 of his last 3 outings before last night. And then in the 9th inning, he looked really good. So just get a nice win today. Go out there and get the sweep tomorrow. That's all that I ask. All right, let's get on into the starting lineups for tonight's Phillies game. And also, by the way, comment what your final score predictions are down below and tell me who your standout players are for tonight's game. My standout player tonight, I'm going with Bryce Harper. I think Bryce Harper will have a good day. I just have a gut feeling that Bryce Harper is going to go deep, and he's going to be a factor in tonight's game. Final score-wise, I'm going to go 7-2 Phillies. I will go 7-2 Phillies. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to get a lot of runs off of Chris Sale, but I'm going to go 7-2 as my final score prediction. So for me, it's 7-2 Phillies, and player of the game is Bryce Harper. So let me know down below what you guys think about that. Cool J is here. What's up, Cool J? What's up, Bilbo? What's going on, James? What's up, Hoagie? What's up, Hoagie boy? Glad to see that you're out there at the ballpark tonight. Hopefully you get to watch a good game. Enjoy it, my friend. Enjoy it. Yes. So, Dan. What's up, Dan? How are you? How good is Chris Sale at pitching? Well, before he got hurt, he had 114 strikeouts and 89 2/3 of an inning. This guy is 36 years old, and yet he's still striking out batters left and right like it's nothing. He was doing so well. He almost went a complete game shutout against the New York Mets in his last outing back in June, and he did have 7 strikeouts. But, yes, before that outing, in his last 8 outings, he was only giving up 1 earned run or fewer. That's how great Chris Sale was doing. And then he ended up going on the IL. And, he just rejoined the Atlanta Braves after 2 months. He was on the 60-day IL, suffering a fractured left rib cage. So we'll see how he does tonight. Hopefully the Phillies offense goes out there to play very hard. And, let's get a win. Let's get ourselves a W. Okay, let's also update our scoreboard. Yes. And also, by the way, guys, don't forget we got a special announcement that will be taking place when we go to the 5th inning. So just wanted to make sure that I threw that out there, too. I'll make sure that I say that a couple more times as we go along through this game. But we do have a special announcement that's coming in the 5th inning when we go to the 5th inning. And I'm really excited to share that with all of you guys. Daniel's here. How are you? Hardcore says I'm going to go 7-6 Phillies, and JT Realmuto is my player of the game. Anybody else want to give their thoughts on their final score prediction and the player of the game? Comment those down below as we go along. All right, it is 6:05 p.m. Eastern Time. It is time to announce the starting lineups. Let's go. All right, so for the Atlanta Braves, they got Jurickson Profar leading it off. And then it's Matt Olson, Ronald Acuna Jr., Ozzie Albies, Drake Baldwin, Sean Murphy. Baldwin is catching, Murphy's DHing. And then it's Harris out in center field, Nacho Alvarez Jr. over at third base, and Allen over at shortstop. That's Nick Allen. So it's Jurickson Profar, Matt Olson, Ronald Acuna Jr., Ozzie Albies, Drake Baldwin, Sean Murphy, Michael Harris II, Nacho Alvarez Jr., and Nick Allen in the lineup tonight for the Atlanta Braves. They'll be going up against Christopher Sanchez, who will be pitching in his 27th outing of the season. And so we know all about the changeup. We know all about the sinker and how he's been occasionally throwing in that slider. It seems like that he's actually been mixing in that slider a little bit more. Specifically in this last outing, it really just seemed like that he threw that more and more, and that was really effective out there. So I'd like to see him try to utilize that pitch a little bit more. If it has some bite to it, I mean, just keep going to that. You know? That's really what I would want to see from Christopher Sanchez. And by the way, that wasn't his last outing. That was the outing before that, because the last outing was when he faced against the New York Mets, and he gave up 6 earned runs on 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. So he was not happy with himself in that outing. Can't forget about that. But that was just one outing where you just put it in the trash and you move on to the next one, which is tonight, and you go out there at CBP and you pitch your game. That's all you got to do. Phillies starting lineup will be this: Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto, Alec Bohm, Nick Castellanos, Harrison Bader, Edmundo Sosa, and Wes Wilson. So JT is back in the lineup tonight. He's hitting in the cleanup spot. You got Sosa playing over at second base for Bryson Stott. There is no Brandon Marsh tonight. Wes Wilson is out in left field. Nick Castellanos plays right, and Harrison Bader is out in center. Here's the first pitch, and that is low for ball one. All right, so we're ready to rock and roll. Very nice. Okay, good stuff. Profar batting .265 in 55 games so far. The 1-0 pitch from Sanchez, and that's off the plate for ball two. So we went low and outside. And the pitches were not even close. 2 balls, no strikes. Phillies are in their white and red pinstripes. Text says Phillies painted across the chest with blue stars above both of the eyes. 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Over Sanchez's last 3 starts, he has a 5.09 ERA, but in the 13 outings before that, his ERA was at a 1.79. 2-2 pitch, foul ball. So it's Profar, Olson, and Acuna that are due up in this inning. Jerkson did have an RBI in last night's game, and that was the lone run for Atlanta. 2-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out over towards shallow left field. Wilson says he has it. He comes running on in and makes the catch for out number 1. More so of a jog from Wes Wilson. And so, 1 out recorded in the top of the first. On the defensive side of the diamond for Philadelphia, they have JT catching. On the mound, it's Christopher Sanchez. Over at first base, it's Bryce Harper. The second baseman is Edmundo Sosa. The third baseman is Alec Bohm. And at shortstop, it's Trey Turner. We'll get to the outfielders after this pitch to Matt Olson. The first pitch to him is taken for strike 1. In the outfield for the Phillies, they have Nick Castellanos in right, Harrison Bader in center, and out in left field is Wes Wilson. Kyle Schwarber is the DH. 0-1 to Matt Olson, and the 0-1 swing and a miss on a fastball right down the turnpike at 96 miles per hour. Like how he fell behind in the count to Profar, and, well, he's been attacking the zone, not making those mistakes against Matt Olson. The 0-2 pitch. He goes with a changeup at the knees for a called third strike, and Olson does not agree with the call. He's chirping with Lance Barrett, but that was a strike indeed. So 2 fastballs in a row, and then he knew exactly what he was going to throw. He went to the changeup. It was a good pitch in a very good spot that ended up being just at the kneecaps for strike 3. Now Acuna comes up. He has his bright purple sleeve on that matches his cleats and his ankle guards. First pitch that he takes is inside for ball 1. Also has 2 or 3 golden necklace chains on, I believe. 1-0 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. And so the count is 1-1. Braves are in their away uniforms, have their blue uniforms on with the red Atlanta letters outlined in cursive. Here's the 1-1 delivery. That's down for ball 2. With a sinker there at 96 miles per hour. We're in the top of the first already, folks. There's 2 outs, nobody on. And 2-1 is the count to Ronald Acuna Jr. Profar flied out to left, and Olson struck out looking. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Goes with a changeup there. 12 pitches in the first inning so far for Christopher Sanchez. The 2-2 on the way to Acuna. And he flies this one out to right field. It's going foul, and it will go way out of play. What's up, John? Cool J is here. Kevin is also here. Colton Berge is here. What's up, Colton? Seema Fox. 5-2 Phillies. Schwarber for MVP. Like that. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another changeup thrown by Sanchez. He tested Acuna there, and Acuna was late on the changeup. And so we go to the bottom of the first. Turner will lead it off for the Phillies, and they'll be back in just a few moments. All right, so we're going to the bottom of the first. Trey Turner will lead it off for Philadelphia. Then it'll be Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto, Alec Bohm, Nick Castellanos, Harrison Bader, Edmundo Sosa, and Wes Wilson. No Brandon Marsh, no Bryson Stott, and no Max Kepler tonight for the Phillies as they face the lefty Christopher Sanchez. Chris Sale. Same initials. Just a different guy. All right, so again, it's Turner, Schwarber, Harper, Realmuto, Bohm, Castellanos, Bader, Sosa, and Wilson on the hit tonight for the Philadelphia Phillies. And they will face Chris Sale, who is out there on the bump. Sale with a 2.52 ERA, returning from a left ribcage injury. Last pitched on June 18th. It's been a little bit over 2 months. He was having a fantastic season. He had a .83 ERA in the month of June, and in those 21 2/3 of an inning that he pitched in June, only gave up 2 earned runs. The last time that he's given up a homer was on May 23rd. So that's how good he was pitching. Has a 5-4 record, a 1.16 whip as well. And the 36-year-old from Lakeland, Florida will go out there on the mound to face the Philadelphia Phillies as Turner will step on into the batter's box. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well, and turn on the notification bell icons. JJ, I got an extra ticket to the game tonight. Bring the show on the road. Oh, man, I appreciate the invite. I can't take it with me, though. I can't bring the equipment with me. The pitch, and that's up high for a ball, but I really appreciate the offer, man. Plus, by the time I get there, it'll probably be like the 5th inning. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch, that looked inside, but it's called a strike. Plus, I got a big announcement for the 5th inning tonight. You're not going to want to miss that. Sale has 114 strikeouts in 89 innings of work. And he throws the 1-1 off the plate for ball 2. 2,528 career strikeouts for Chris Sale in 2,047 2/3 of an inning. That's impressive. 2-1 pitch. That's outside for ball 3. His career ERA is at a 3.02. He has 143 wins and 87 losses in 307 games started. 3-1 pitch, and that's taken up high for ball 4. And Trey Turner gets on with a leadoff walk. And Kyle Schwarber is up next for Philadelphia. We'll get to the Braves defense right now. In the infield, it'll be Matt Olson over at first. Ozzie Albies at second. At third base, you got Nacho Alvarez Jr. And at shortstop, it's Nick Allen. The catcher is Drake Baldwin. The DH is Sean Murphy. Profar's out and left. Here's the first pitch to Kyle Schwarber. And he looks at a called strike. It's a slider right down the middle of the plate. Profar's out and left. Ronald Acuna Jr. is in right field. And Michael Harris II playing in center. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the 0-1. That misses outside for ball 1. The Mets were down 8-2. They just came back and tied the game 8-8. Juan Soto had his second home run of the day against the Marlins. Runner goes. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. The throw to second base to get Turner. That is definitely not in time. He slid in there feet first, and the throw is late from Drake Baldwin. Wow. Good swipe there from Turner. He got a great jump, and there was no chance that he was going to be thrown out. I mean, he beat the throw by about a couple of seconds. One ball, two strikes. That's to Kyle Schwarber, who's in 249 on the season. The 1-2 to Kyle. That just misses outside for ball two. Home plate umpire tonight, Lance Barrett. Over at first base, it's Carlos Torres. Then you got Brock Ballou as the second base umpire, and Alfonso Marquez over at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kyle Schwarber. And the windup and the pitch, swing and a miss. He was late on the fastball there. And so there is out number 1. I was thinking that Sale was going to go to the fastball. And he went to it. It was right. It was just above the middle of the plate. Juan Soto, according to Sarah Langs, is the first player in MLB history with 35-plus homers in 3 straight seasons for 3 different teams. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a miss to Bryce Harper. No balls, 1 strike to Bryce. Turner leads off at second. He walked and stole a bag. The 0-1 is fouled away. Sale went to his slider there, which came at 78 miles per hour. No balls, 2 strikes. 107 games played for Bryce Harper this season. He has a .505 slugging percentage and a .272 batting average. Lefty versus lefty, and the 0-2 to Bryce is outside and high. Lou is also here. Hardcore is here too. What's up, Star Wars? It's Jacqueline. What's going on, Jacqueline? One-two pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and Harper is down on strikes. That'd be so cool, Jacqueline. You certainly don't have to do that, but that's awesome. What's up, Andrew? If you guys want to text on in anytime during the game, you can. 610-314-0844 is the phone number. You can also email jasonjosephonair@gmail.com. If one of my mods wants to post that, the email is also down below. First pitch to JT is inside and low for a ball. Turner swiped third base without a throw. That's his second stolen base of the inning. Baldwin was like, I could care less. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's way inside for ball 2. So now here's a question. Now that this just happened, is that technically stat padding? Is that technically stat padding? In your opinion, him going over to third base there. 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. I would say no, because I think him going to third does change things, because what if JT gets on with an infield single? And again, it's still early. We're in the bottom of the first. Was it necessary for him to go over to third base there? No, but I don't think that that's stat padding. But what say you? The 2-1 pitch. There's a called strike. What's up, Max? How are you, my friend? Max Coverage TV in the house. Love it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Guys, go follow Max Coverage TV for all of your Yankees and Packers needs. 2-2 the JT, swing and a miss. He went around, and Turner came on into to home plate, but JT is down on strikes. I don't know why he didn't run over to first base, but regardless, we're going to the top of the second. That was kind of confusing. But it's no score out in Philadelphia. We're going to go to the top of the second. Albies, Baldwin, and Murphy are due up. First base is wide open. Why don't you go there? It's a drop strike 3. The ball got by the catcher. So Sale strikes out the side. We're going to go to the top of the second. Okay. I'm going to take a very quick step off. Don't go anywhere, though. Actually, I do want you guys to go raid Rising Rhino because he is almost at 3,000 subscribers. He's almost there. And I really want to get him to that 3,000 marker. So it's right over here. We're going to go say hi very, very quickly, and then we'll be right back, I promise. The link is posted right now. There it is. Max says I wouldn't say stat padding if it's the first inning and scoreless. He's being aggressive. Now, if he did that when you're up 8-0, then maybe it's stat padding. That's fair. That's fair. That's a good answer there. All right. We'll be right back. Let's go say hi to Rising Rhino very, very quickly. All right, Ozzy Albies will lead off the inning for the Atlanta Braves, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Albies batting on the right side. Count is 0-1 to Ozzy. Has a .234 average, 13 home runs, and 60 RBI. The 0-1 pitch, and that ball is tapped foul. Let's get to Rhino, the 3,000 subscribers. If I can speak today, that would be even better. He's at 2,989. I need him to get there. I'm going to post the link one more time. The 0-2 pitch from Sanchez. That's down and away for a ball. Max. Thank you, Max. Thank you so much, Max. Appreciate you, bud. Pete, what's up, Pete? Who's tuning on in tonight? 1-2 pitch, ground ball, hit over towards the hole. Turner has it, though, throws it over to first, and that ball's knocked off the glove of Bryce Harper. It gets on by him, but Ozzy Albies is just going to stay over at first base. He was actually running past the first base bag. He went over towards that, the line and just kept running, so he wasn't going to go on over to second. See, to me, I always wonder why when you're running over to first, and again, like I'm not a professional player, but just looking to see like where the ball is and not being able to take a turn to go over the second base, I wonder why that's just not an easier thing. Again, I'm not criticizing him not for going over to second. I'm just curious. First pitch to Baldwin, and that ball is called a ball. It was taken at the knees. Albies is safe. Regardless, it's an infield single. And the 1-0 pitch is tapped foul towards the right side. Thank you for subbing, Max. Yes, sir. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's to Drake Baldwin. Sanchez kicks, fires the pitch. Ground ball up the middle for a base hit past the dive of Turner. Harrison Bader does get on over to it. Nazi Albies will stop at second base. Runners go from station to station. So back-to-back singles allowed by Sanchez. He was getting ahead in the counts after he fell behind to Jurickson Profar. Well, really, that hasn't been the case here in this second inning. He's been giving out passes, if you will, to these hitters. First one was, I know it was hit on the ground. It still wasn't the best pitch, though. 2 runners on, nobody out. We're in the top of the second inning, and Sean Murphy is the next man up. Baldwin on at first, Albies at second, and the first pitch to Sean is taken on the inside corner at the knees for a called strike. Don't forget, guys, we have our big announcement in the 5th inning, which I'm really, really excited about. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch, swing and a miss. That pitch was running inside, and Murphy could not catch up to it. Doc is here. What's up, Dr. MP? The ball is 2 strikes. Sanchez stares back at second. Now back at first. Back at second again. And back to the plate. And the 0-2 is down for a ball. Dilated Entertainment is here. What's going on, man? JJ, good day being a baseball fan. Well, I saw that the Marlins blew a 6-run lead. They're looking to try to get it back. There's some good games going around. 1-2 pitch. That's taken low, but they tried to appeal. He did not go. Is the announcement that the Phillies are finally hiring you? Nope. Good try. Good try. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the second. Murphy is up at the plate. Nobody out. And the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball hit over to shortstop. This should be 2. The throw to second, there's 1. The throw to first, there's 2. And so Albies goes over to third base. Gives a little hug to Alec Bohm. But 6-4-3 on the double play there. That was just what the doctor ordered for Philadelphia. Good pitch thrown by Christopher Sanchez. And Murphy got on top of it. He was fooled on the pitch. Turner able to just turn the 2. The pitch on the way. That ball's going to get by JT. He can't find the ball. Where is it? Sanchez comes over to the plate. And luckily enough, it didn't get too far away from JT. Albies was thinking about it. And he was about a quarter of the way there. Sanchez knew he had to come cover home. It went underneath the umpire, and he was being waved home by Michael Harris. But he would have been out. The 1-0 pitch on the way is swing and a miss. Harris went golfing after that pitch. That's so cool. One ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Ground ball hit over to shortstop. Backhanded by Turner. He has to throw quickly to first. And he does. He just gets Harris out by a quarter of a step. And it looks like we are going to the bottom of the second inning. So the Phillies are coming back up to bat as we go to the bottom of the second. Nice play by Trey Turner. He just got Harris out. And we go to the bottom of the second. No score between the Phillies and the Braves. JJ, how was it calling only the 21st game in MLB history which a player hit 4 homers in a single game? Pretty special, huh? I got to tell you, I wanted the grand slam. I wanted the home run cycle. I'm greedy. I am. I'm greedy. But no, it was great. It was awesome. Well, what can I say? That was so awesome. I thought there was a chance that he was going to get the 5th, but you know what? I'll take the 4. I mean, come on. Who just does that? You know, it's not like you come to the ballpark or you put on the TV every day and you just watch something special like that. I mean, that was historic. That was so cool. And that's something that we'll never forget. We got to see, and I've talked about it, we've seen some awesome things this year, guys. We've had our moments with the Phillies where we have not been happy, and then we've had some really wild things happen this year, like Mick Abel going toe-to-toe with Paul Skeens in his first outing and getting the W there. That was pretty cool. We've had some other ones that I can't really think of off the top of my chest. I think Kyle Schwarber did have a 3-homer game that we got to witness. That was pretty cool. But yeah, that one takes the cake for sure. That one was very special, and that's going to go as probably one of the best moments that we've got to see on this channel as a Phillies fan base, you know? So that was special. But yeah, I loved it. This team has been, it's been a roller coaster, but you got to appreciate the special moments. The pitch, there's a foul ball. Also, most RBI in a single game for a Phillies player. That was pretty darn cool, too. No balls, 1 strike to Alec Bohm. Sale still pitching. He threw 19 pitches in the first. The 0-1 is grounded over towards third base, picked up by Alvarez Jr., thrown over to first, and the first out is recorded. But yeah, thanks for asking. When I called the Yankees throwing a perfect game, man, it was so special. Like, holy crap. Yeah, I will never forget, and everybody's going to talk about it too. My favorite game, I mean the most special one that we got to see on here from a Phillies perspective was Lorenzen's no-hitter. I mean, you have Nick Castellanos at 2 homers in the game, Wes Wilson making his debut with his parents crying and hitting his first homer in his first at-bat. You know, and for him to be, I believe he was 29 at the time. He was an older player. But just to see that was cool. And then Lorenzen just no-hitter. Yeah. Pretty special night. All right, so let's get back to the action. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. That's to Nick Castellanos. And the next pitch is up high for ball 2. But what was it like seeing that? I mean, like, what was going through your mind when you got to see the no-hitter, the potential no-hitter? 2-1 pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards the right field line. Acuna has to run a long ways, but he's there to make the catch. Over on the line, slams into the wall, and there is out number 2. He caught it right at his knees. That was just by his side towards his left, and it was at the kneecap level that he caught it at, and he slammed into the wall, and he was able to record out number 2. We've seen good defense early on here. Just 6 pitches in this second inning. And there comes Bader, and he takes high for ball 1. Don't blame you, JJ. We all wanted to see that. I'm out with friends. Hold down the 4 chat, says Larry. Long seasons like this, man. It's great to see moments like those, you know? Absolutely. Absolutely. Here's the 1-0 pitch. There's a called strike of the knees. It's a long season, but baseball has so many great moments. over Bader's last 9 games, I'll tell you what, he's been doing pretty good. 1-1 pitch, and that's up high for ball 2. Phillies got Harrison Bader at the trade deadline. That was one of the deals that they made against Minnesota. To Minnesota. 91 hits for Harrison this year in over 300 at-bats. 2-1 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. He got a fastball right down the turnpike. And he was late. He went 4 for 5 on Thursday. The 2-2 to Bader, swing and a miss. Sale's like, I'm going to throw you another fastball down the middle. And Bader could not catch up to it. And we're going to go to the top of the 3rd inning. So it seems like that Sale has settled down ever since he allowed the walk to Trey Turner. And he's been untouchable since. We're going to the 3rd inning. No score between the Phillies and the Braves. Okay. My mind, please don't ruin the last out call. You know, the one thing that bugged me when I was making the shorts for the Kyle Schwarber stuff is that I overthought in my head what I was going to say when that 4th homer happened, and I stumbled. And the one thing that I've learned from broadcasting is that everybody's different. Every broadcaster feels like that they can script certain things. And in my mind, I had something scripted. It wasn't physically written out, but it was something that was just in my head. And imagine if you're typing it out on the computer and you can't read one of the words. In my mind, I had a brain freeze. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I had a brain freeze. But that just comes with it. That's one of the reasons why I like doing this, because the more times we do something, the better we get, and it's all a learning experience. Remember when they were being down 6-1 and 8-4, then they came back and won 10-8? That was Kyle Schwarber's 3-homer game last year, my friend. That was when they played against Chad Green and the Toronto Blue Jays. That was probably one of the greatest at-bats that I've seen in the Phillies during the 2020s era. That at-bat is number 2. And the number 1 at-bat, of course, without a doubt, the at-bat itself is the swing of his life. And that's Bryce Harper's home run. That whole at-bat was just textbook baseball. That was art. The ball is 1 strike. We all saw him lay off that curveball that was thrown by, or that off-speed pitch that was thrown by Robert Suarez. And we were like, wow, he laid that pitch off. No balls, 2 strikes. That's to Nacho Alvarez Jr. 0-2 is the count. Here in the top of the 3rd. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Christopher Sanchez says good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Nacho Alvarez Jr. So 1 away. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, folks. Excuse me. The pitch. There's a called strike right down Broadway for strike 1. That's to Nick Allen. He has not homered at all this year. Has 21 runs batted in. Sanchez winds up and delivers. That ball's grounded over to shortstop, backhanded by Turner, throws over to first, and Harper tags him out. Nice play by Trey, but an even better play by Harper on the receiving end to tag him out. Phillies defense doing a very good job there. Turner did have to hustle. He tried to make a throw in the air, kind of like what Jimmy Rollins used to do a very good job at. And so Harper caught it. He knew that he wasn't going to be able to catch it right on the line, but Turner did throw it just before the first base bag, and he had plenty of time, Bryce Harper that is, to tag him out over on the waist. Nice play overall. So 2 away, and Jurickson Profar will be the next man up, batting on the right side. Switch hitter takes ball 1 down low. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way to Profar. That ball was bounced foul. One ball, one strike to Profar. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. And so the count is now 1-2. We got 78 likes, 241 people watching us. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button if you have not done so already. The Marlins did just retake the lead. They are now up 9-8 against the Mets. 1-2 pitch, line drive, base hit out to center field. It takes a hop in front of Harrison Bader, and he tosses it back to Trey Turner. Is over on the outfield grass. And so a 2-out single by Jurickson Profar. He's just been a hitting machine for the Atlanta Braves. That's the first hit allowed since Drake Baldwin got on in the second inning. Now it's Matt Olson who struck out looking in his first AB. He is up. Left-handed hitter. Golfs this one out to right field, and that's going to get down for a base hit down the right field line. It bounces into the stands, and it's actually called a foul ball. Not such a great camera angle there. Looked like it was going fair, and it just stayed foul. The ball rolled out of the picture. So it's no balls, one strike. They're showing Carlos Torres over at first base. Looked like Cassidy was hustling towards that ball, but it was just foul. Thank goodness. Here's the 0-1, and that is called a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike as we're in the top of the third inning. 4 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the pitch is a high bouncer. Hit over to shortstop, backhanded by Turner. He throws it over to first. Trey Turner has done a very good job defensively today for the Philadelphia Phillies. That's his best defensive game so far of the season. And we're going to the bottom of the third inning. Still no score between the Phillies and the Braves. Okay, Trey. He's made some really nice plays over at short. Okay. All right. Guys, we need 41 more subscribers to help us get to 7,100. We're going to the bottom of the third inning. Is everybody in chat okay? Chat seems really, really quiet tonight. What's going on? I know it's college football night, but I just want to make sure everybody's okay. You can talk, right? I didn't put you guys on subs only mode. I don't think I did that. Let me double check. That did happen to somebody the other day. Not subs only mode, or they like switched the mode and nobody could chat. It was really odd. I think they were good. Yeah, I didn't change it. Good. Just wanted to make sure on my end that I didn't change anything. You don't have to talk. I'm not saying that you have to talk. I'm just wondering if I changed anything. But I didn't. That's good. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel too, folks. So we're going to the bottom of the third inning. Let me ask you this. Contenders or pretenders? We're going to go around baseball. Start off with the Seattle Mariners. Are the Mariners contenders or pretenders? Let me know what your thoughts are down below about that. Contenders or pretenders for the Seattle Mariners? Edmundo Sosa will lead off the bottom of the third. Sale is up on the mound. And the pitch. That is taken for a called strike, even though it looked a little bit outside. No balls, 1 strike. Sosa on or at the plate. Here's the 0-1. That ball is flied out over towards center field. Harris is there, makes the catch, and there's out number 1. Hello? There we go. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure that it worked. So 1 out, bottom of the third. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. Is it just my phone? Maybe the YouTube app is not working. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the bottom of the third. One pitch. There's a swing and a miss. So the count is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the third. There's 1 out. Olson is up at the plate. Sale kicks, deals, and Wilson fouls it off again. Somebody said Seattle. I think Seattle is a contender. I think the Yankees, that's a good one. That's a good one. 1-2. That's down in the way for ball 2. I don't know. I don't know about the Yankees. I would say no right now. But that's subject to change. 2-2 to Wilson. In the air. Hit out to left field. And that ball is crushed. It's not coming back. It's gone. 1-0 Philadelphia. Love that. All right, what a swing there. It's 1-0 Phillies. The pitch to Turner, line drive it out to right center field. That's going to split the gap and go all the way over towards the wall. Acuna Jr. gets over to it with his bare hand, throws it over to second, and that is not in time. Turner gets on with a 1-out double. All right, so chat must not be working. Is there something going on with YouTube? Weird. I don't know if our chat is working. That's really odd. Text on into the JJ hotline and let us know if you typed in a message in chat. 1 out, bottom of the third. And so Kyle Schwarber is up. And the pitch on the way is swing and a miss. That is the strangest thing. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the 0-1 to Schwarber. That is down for a ball. It's not showing up, even on the computer. Okay. 1 ball, 1 strike. We got somebody on Twitch typing. That's cool. 1-1 pitch. That is down for ball 2. If you guys have Twitch, you can go on there. We do have a stream on Twitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. There's 1 out. And so the 2-1 pitch is outside for ball 3. Huh, so the YouTube chat is not working. That is the strangest thing. Three balls, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. There's 1 out. And Kyle Schwarber is up at the plate. The 3-1 offering, foul ball. What's up, Tiazo, over on Twitch? How are you, my friend? The count is full. So it's not working, huh? Is that for other people too? Can somebody check that out? The payoff pitch on the way to Schwarber, swing and a miss. And there is out number 2 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Thank you very, very much for the sub. Again, apologies about the chat. Let me try to go on into Rising Rhino stream. The pitch. Ground ball hit over to third base. Scooped up by Alvarez. The throw to first. And that's in time for out number 3. We're going to go to the top of the 4th inning. It's 1-0 Phillies. All right. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. All right, so we are going to the top of the 4th inning. Christopher Sanchez is pitching, and the pitch on the way is swing and a miss. I might just start a new stream, I guess, if chat's not working. I guess I'll do that when we go to the bottom of the 4th. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch on the way, and there's a strike called. That's on the inside corner at the knees. Well, that certainly delays things for our announcement. No balls, 2 strikes. And here's the 0-2 to Acuna. There's a ground ball hit over to third base. Bohm picks it up, throws it over to first. And that's in time for out number 1. I don't know if that's just a YouTube problem. I didn't mute anybody. It's odd. Why is my chat not showing up on YouTube? The pitch. And that is inside and low for a ball. Your chats aren't showing up because of technical issues, incorrect settings, moderation actions. First, check the live chat settings for the stream, as the streamer might have turned off the live chat replay. If you're a streamer, confirm the live chat is enabled in your channel settings. 1-0 pitch, ground ball back up the middle for a base hit. And so Ozzy Albies gets on with a 1-out single. That's so weird. If you're texting me, if you're chatting on YouTube and it's not going through, please text me on the JJ hotline, 610-314-0844, and let me know if you're typing or not. Just text the channel. So 1 out, a runner on over at first. We're in the top of the 4th. Runner goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. And so the count is 0-1. Albies goes on over to second base. He actually has to go back over to first. Olson got a piece of it. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit distracted because of chats. Let's go to customization. No. 0-1. And there is a swing and a miss. It says that I'm live. We'll start it again. It's really weird. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the top of the 4th. Okay. We'll start it again. The toss back over to first. It's not in time. Let me see if Max tried to reach me. No. 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Foul ball. Hit over towards the first base side. The announcement is that I was actually going to mute you guys. You can send messages. Anyone. Yeah. I didn't. Let me see if I change it to subscribers to see if that works. For now. If not, we'll just restart. Next pitch. That's taken down for ball 2. Is anybody texting on into the hotline? I don't see anybody doing it. If you can't chat, text on in. There it is. There we go. Okay. The pitch. There's a ground ball, base hit back up the middle. And so Drake Baldwin gets on with a 1-out single. I tried it a few times. There's nothing on the screen. It's weird. And subscribers only mode didn't do anything. Okay. Well, then we'll just start it up again. Okay. I'll make another stream. The pitch to Murphy. That is taken inside and low for a ball. All right, so I'm duplicating this stream right now. Schedule events. Obviously can't post it in the chat. 1-0 pitch, ground ball back up the middle. Turner has it, takes it to second for 1. The throw to first just in time. There's 2. And the double play ends the inning. All right, so let's go to the bottom of the 4th. Okay, we're going to sign off right now, and we're going to start up a new one. So just stay on the page, keep refreshing, and you should see one pop up. Sorry about this. Out of our control. Not much we can do, but I'll see you guys in a little bit.